As a waiter or waitress, what's the shadiest thing you've seen a customer do? A group of 4 came into our restaurant. They were seated promptly, and at the start of my conversation with them, they said they would be paying separately. As each individual ordered, I had note paper to track their exact drinks, appetizers, and desserts, all written down by their description. Man in a blue shirt, lady in an orange dress, etc. I also have a pretty good memory, so even with writing it down along with the simple order they placed, it wouldn't be difficult to split their checks. After they finished eating and socializing, they asked for their separate bills. I handed each one their bill, and, after a brief glance, they handed me their cards and bills back. I had them in sequence and even identified the customer on the bill. None objected to the bills placed in front of them. They were accurate. Upon handing it back, the boisterous, loud lady says, "This ain't my bill." I went over with her a couple times what she'd ordered, but still, she nodded and said, "I kid you not, I know, but this ain't mine." So she agreed with all the food charges, and was the only woman at the table, yet kept repeating "this ain't mine." On cue, all the guys start repeating the same thing. "Wait a minute, this ain't mine," everyone said, parroting the same pile of crap. It sounded like the seagulls in Finding Nemo saying mine. They just repeated everything over and over without listening to me. I was frustrated because speaking to them and getting any sense from them was nauseating. I grabbed my manager. She canceled the transactions and asked them what they'd ordered. As she took down the orders, she realized the original transactions were correct. She again repeated the same bill and gave it to them. They again say, "This ain't mine," annoyed that she'd done it a third time. By then, the superficially irate customers had demanded free eclairs, our house specialty dessert, and that their food be compensated 100%. My manager was livid by this point. Luckily, this tough old lady held her ground and said, "You all are playing games now. You won't be compensated. Your server had the correct bills." Then they claimed they didn't have a Coke, they'd had water, and so on. All of a sudden, the order my manager took down was wrong. They didn't get dessert, they ordered 1 appetizer, while 2 were clearly made, and remnants of their dessert were off to the side. They wanted to keep their leftovers. Needless to say, they paid. I was not tipped by the con artists, but I was well compensated by the other decent customers who watched all this go on. One even gestured to me that the group had overheard talking about planning this. I've been a waitress or bartender for nearly 15 years. I deal with this crap all the time. I am very good at my job and wasn't going to fall apart over a small table of 4 when I have dealt with parties of 30+ people on my own almost every weekend. I was grateful that my boss didn't bend over to their whims.